Hey guys, JassassinE here and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing episode 3 of my Diamond City project, and we're going to be adding some awesome structural updates to really enhance the end product of this project. This particular build space was provided by Matches Malone 89 and ported by Lando Commando. So guys, thank you very much to all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers, and everybody else in between. If you guys would like to see some more upcoming projects this year, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it, and you guys can check out what I have installed. So at first we're just doing a quick lap around to roughly see where we were at the end of the last episode, and then guys, we're going to get straight into this structural update. So here we go. Up goes the light so we can see what we're doing, and I like where those glass walls were placed, so they may stay there. So the first thing we're going to be doing is adding some stairs. Now this comes from Snappy House Kits, and I'm using the clean polished stairs. So we'll bump it up to the right height so we can walk straight out onto our veranda. They say this is one of the best views in the game, and at the end of the day guys, we want to really make the most of it, just like the modder has intended. So down goes the second half floor, and now we're going to be working to the original contour of the building. The N1 didn't quite snap well, so a little bit of an adjustment with that angle, and now it's looking fantastic. Then of course we're adding another half floor, and we're just going to bump it in, which is going to make a custom depth, and then we're going to bump it down by 0.01 to stop the flickering. Unfortunately, one full square was too wide, and of course a half a square is just too narrow. So next is going in some steam brick trims. So the trim goes right away around, and of course that's going to create snapping points for these railings. Up goes the railings, and now we're just going to follow the contour that we've just created, which of course is a custom shape. Now today's shout out is going to a good friend of mine, Ghost Design. Guys, he actually builds cities within Fallout 4, and he has built some of the biggest cities that I have ever seen. And if you guys want to go and check out Ghost Design's channel, it's really worth your while. He does some fantastic work and awesome scenery designs using Unreal Engine 4. So guys, as you can see, this was before we got to it, and as we walk out here, all of a sudden we are admiring one of the best views in the game. As you can see, the railing has turned out really well, and it really follows the contour of our custom shape. The next thing we're going to do guys is a bit of a structural change in the lounge room. Now we're going to put up a middle divider wall, because one thing with large open spaces guys, it can be quite tricky to furnish and decorate. So creating nooks and crannies allows us to do some custom furnishing, which of course can really enhance the build. So in goes a door frame. Now I've had to expand this door frame by 0.02 just to get it to fit into this opening. So now we're going to be needing to do the same with the doors. So first we'll just bump it up into position. There we go guys, that's looking great. Now we'll just snap these in on a standard door frame so we can place them into our enlarged door frame, and of course we're going to need to bump them down and bump them across to the right spots in our custom door frame. So we're going to put a light up on the other side, guys, because we want a second door going out to the veranda, and because I'd like to access the veranda from the lounge room and the entertainment area. So we're going to bump this door frame up to get it to the right height. So guys, we're going to choose the same stairs as what we've used on the other exit to the veranda. I find using the same stairs has honestly given me the best outcome. The next thing we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to add a little bit of trim just above the door, which is really going to give us a great decorative finish for the inside, and it's going to stop any light radiating in from the outside. Then of course we need to even it up, guys, so we're going to put another piece of trim on the outside, and that's going to do the exact same job. Now, I did say in episode 1 I really wanted to put a veranda onto this build, so I do think it is a worthwhile structural change. And now, as you can see, it really has enhanced this build. It is coming along in leaps and bounds. So guys, up goes the trim on the outside. Now this has two purposes. Now what this is going to do is even out the window boxes. Sometimes when you place custom window boxes into a pre-existing gap, you will have altered heights at the top. So using a trim will hide those altered heights, and it will also add a great decorative finish to your build. So what we want to do is we want to make sure all the joins are perfect, so a bit of a bump and a nudge, that way we cannot see the joins, and our top trim follows the beautiful contoured shape that the building has, as well as follows the contoured shape we've just created with building of the veranda. So if you guys would love to see some more of my building, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and you guys will get to see some of the awesome projects I've got coming up this year. So the finished product of this build is going to look absolutely fantastic. So up goes the roofing. Now with the roofing here, guys, we are going to be using a solid piece of roofing, so therefore when we do overlap it, it is not going to flicker, and there's no joins, crevices, or there's no exposed beams to have to line up. So guys, with the roofing, it's really important that we follow this shape around as well. So there's a lot of custom work today, and unfortunately custom work means a lot of very fidgety moving of the roofs, floors, trims to get that angle right as we work around the contoured shape of this pre-existing build. So I've decided to push the ceilings up quite high, otherwise it's going to foul on the top edge of the doors, and it's going to hide some of the decorative panels that we have on the internal walls. So now all we do, guys, is we pick the squarest corner at the back and we simply roof through to the front, overlapping the front pieces that we just set in place with the angles. Now everything we're doing today is custom, so there will be a lot of bumping and nudging, but it really is going to enhance the finished product of this project. a quick check on the inside to make sure it's not popping into our hallway as we slowly work our way towards the front of the roofing. So guys, the last piece gets added, and now we simply bump it down by 0.01 and the roof looks fantastic. So as you can see, here are the window boxes, and as soon as we cover them up with trims, it makes it look neat, tidy, and it covers any alterations of height. This is the roof before we started, and now with the roof added, it's really starting to take shape. So the next thing we're going to do, guys, is a very simplistic fireplace. Now sometimes in the building industry there's an old saying, and that saying is less is more, and you'll find out what I mean with the completion of this simple fireplace. We're going to get the fireplace from the Creative Clutter mod and place it into the cavity, and then of course connect the flue to the top, and we can envision that that actually escapes out of the wall and of course blowing our smoke outdoors. So we do not want this fireplace sitting on a timber floor, so using a railing from Snappy House Kit that has already got a concrete base, we can sneak it under the fireplace and bump it up so it appears that the fireplace is actually sitting on concrete and not our beautiful timber floor. So guys, the next part is putting the trims up. Now this is great for a decorative finish. Now I had to enlarge these by 0.01 or 0.02 just to get it to fill in that gap, because I do not want to see that terrible baby shit green, and we want to make sure all the trims are fitted properly inside. So in goes the bottom trim and lining up everything, so therefore it looks like one piece. And now of course we add the last piece of bottom trim, and it just really neatens up the job. So now we're going to add a column to hide that last bit of cucca green, and then what we're going to do is level it up and make sure it's sitting all square and flush, because if you do it correctly once, we don't have to go back and do it again. So guys, up goes the lights. This is going to make it easy when we get to the next stage, which happens to be my favourite, and that is furnishing and decorating, because guys, we are going to clutter to the gutter when it comes to doing the inside of this project. So we'll just line these lights up. Now these lights are subject to change. As you can see, the fireplace is very simple, but it looks fantastic. Now you guys can see how the trim outside complements each other, and it just creates that gorgeous finish to our veranda. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode. So bye for now.